Back to the Army Again by Rudyard Kipling. I'm in a ticky ulster and a broken billycock. A-layin on the sergeant. I don't know a gun from a bat. My shirt's doin' duty for jacket, my socks stickin' out o' my boots, and I'm learnin' the damned old goose-step along o' the new recruits. Back to Army again, sergeant, back to the Army again. Don't look so 'ard, for I aven't no card. I'm back to the Army again. I done my 6 years service. Majesty says, "Good day, you'll please to come when you're rung for, and 'ere's your ole back pay, and 4pence a day for baccy, and bloomin' generous, too. And now you can make your fortune, the same as your orf'cers do." Back to the Army again, sergeant, back to the Army again. 'Ow did I learn to do? Right about turn? I'm back to the Army again. A man o' 24 that asn't learned of a trade, beside reserve, agin him, 'e'd better be never made. I tried my luck for a quarter, and that was enough for me, and I thought of Majesty's barracks, and I thought I'd go and see. Back to the Army again, sergeant, back to the Army again. 'Tisn't my fault if I dress when I'm back to the Army again. The sergeant arst no questions, but winked the other eye, says to me, "Shun," and I shunted, the same as in days gone by, for saw the set o' my shoulders, and I couldn't old and straight when me and the other rookies come under the barrack gate. Back to the Army again, sergeant, back to the Army again. Would ha! Thought I could carry and port? I'm back to the Army again. I took my bath, and I wallered, for God, I needed it so. I smelt the smell o' the barracks, I eared the bugles go. I eared the feet on the gravel, the feet o' the men what drill, and I says to my flutterin' heartstrings, I says to peace, be still. Back to the Army again, sergeant, back to the Army again. Who said I knew when the troopship was due? I'm back to the Army again. I carried my slops to the tailor. I says to none o' your lip. You tight 'em over the shoulders, and loose 'em over the hip, for the set o' the tunics or it. And says to me, "Strike me dead, but I thought you was used to the business." And so done what I said. Back to the Army again, sergeant. Back to the Army again. Rather too free with my fancies? What, me? I'm back to the Army again. Next week I'll avenue 'em fitted. I'll buy me a swagger cane. They'll let me free o' the barracks to walk on the hoe again, in the name o' William Parsons, that used to be Edward Clay, and any poor beggar that wants it can draw my 4pence a day. Back to the Army again, sergeant. Back to the Army again. Out o' the cold and the rain, sergeant, out o' the cold and the rain. Who's there? A man that's too good to be lost you, a man that is, handled and made, a man that will pay what cost you in learnin' the others their trade, parade. You're droppin' the pick o' the Army because you don't 'em remain, but drives 'em to cheat to get out o' the street and back to the Army again.